will provide a report and clarification of items presented. The public hearing will be open for comments for those in favor of or in opposition to the item, followed by rebuttal to any comments made. The public hearing will be closed, and the city manager may respond to any questions raised by the public. The public will not have an opportunity to respond. Discussion will be brought back to the city council for direction or action. Can we get a report from staff on this item?
Yes, Mayor. Steve Graham Pacifico, your city attorney. I'll be providing the staff report on this item. This is an extension of the currently existing urgency ordinance moratorium on the establishment or expansion of warehouse and distribution facilities in the city of Hemet for an additional 12 months. Under state law, the city council is authorized to adopt an urgency ordinance that places up to a 2-year moratorium on land uses that may conflict with our contemplated zoning to allow time for the city to study whether any additional regulatory requirements are necessary. The initial moratorium was enacted on October 12th, 2024, and it was extended on December 10th, 2024 for 1 year. It is coming up for its expiration, so staff's recommendation, since we have not finished the updates to the development code that would address warehouses and distribution facilities, staff's recommendation would be to extend the moratorium for the maximum amount allowable under the law, which is an additional 1 year for a total of 2 years. City staff will continue working diligently to prepare the updated recommendations for zoning and development standards, and once those are ready, they will be brought forward through Planning Commission and to the City Council for review and ultimate decision. Happy to answer any questions that the council may have on this before you turn it over to public comment, Mayor.
I guess there's no comments at this time, so I thank you for your presentation, and I will now open the public hearing. City Clerk, are there any registered speakers?
Mayor, there are, and I'm going to read the 2 e-comments received before proceeding with the city attorney call out of the names. And I do have one by Karen Stepp, who requested to extend Hemet's warehouse moratorium, so they're urging the council to extend the moratorium. I received an additional e-comment by Shea Eric, who also wishes to support the moratorium extension. And so those are the 2 e-comments that we received. And I'm going to pass it over to the city attorney for names.
Ready, Mayor? Yep. First speaker is Roy Fales.
Greetings, my esteemed colleagues. My name is Roy Michael, and I have lived in Hemet for 10 years now.
Microphone.
My name is Roy Michael, and I have lived in Hemet for 10 years now. I always screw this up, don't I? The first thing I want to talk about is that San Bernardino Deputy Andrew Nunez was killed in the line of duty yesterday. Let's keep him and his family in our hearts today. Now let's get to warehouses. In the last 10 years, the number of automated warehouses has increased by 500% nationwide. Automation drastically reduces the number of warehouse employees because it is far more cost effective than hiring them. That is why the automation trend is growing more than 4% a year. A large percentage of the automation will be in current warehouses, causing layoffs. Any projection of the number of jobs generated will be grossly overstated by the developers. I remember one developer stated in this room that his warehouse would bring $1 billion to our local economy. I laughed so hard that I had to apologize to you guys, even though the statement was so ridiculous and mathematically impossible. There are about 34,000 warehouses in Southern California with a 7.4% vacancy rate. That 7.4% has tripled in the last 3 years to get to 7.4. In 3 years. That means about 25,000 empty warehouses in Southern California right now. Amazon, the leader in warehousing, has closed 9 warehouses in California in the last 2 years and has announced 2 more closings soon. Yesterday, Amazon announced they would be laying off about 30,000 employees. That is 10% of their entire workforce. They laid off about 11,000 this morning. They laid off 27,000 about 2 years ago, right after COVID slowed. 75% of Amazon warehouses are automated. They are not making it economically, even with that much automation. Oh, I got them out of order. There we go. The warehouse boom and need is over. COVID caused the boom, but people are not hiding in their homes anymore and are out shopping in brick and mortar stores again. The need for warehouses has dropped drastically. Building more warehouses as Hemet is not an answer to any of our problems. They will only cause more problems: noise, traffic, destruction of our roads, pollution, and the possibility, if not probability, of becoming empty. This includes Newland Simpson, no matter what threats they have allegedly made. I got one more sentence. I urge you to vote for the moratorium. I trust this body to do the right things.
Thank you, Mr. Melanie Moyer. Melanie Page Moyer?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, gotta get that middle name in there.
Yeah.
Next speaker is Wendy Bolden.
Thank you, City Council, for listening to me.
Microphone.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Thank you, City Council, again, for hearing me. My name is Melanie Page Moyer. I'm a Page on the Page Rants, and a Moyer, Orchards. We've been here like 4 generations. I was not raised here, but I came back here to retire. I'm a retired school teacher. My father is Jim Moyer. Okay, I'm against the warehouses, as you know, but I'm gonna present this. When I retired 10 years ago, I visited my parents. They lived in Del Webb and Seven Hills. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. Hemet is beautiful. The hills. If you put those warehouses on Simpson Road, ugly, ugly, ugly. You can't see the hills anymore. There's other things why I'm against the warehouses, but I want you, City Council, to be not known as Warehouse City Council. I want you to be known for preserving the beauty of Hemet. That's what I want. And then, anyway, thank you.
Followed by Harriet Bruner.
Hello. Thank you for hearing me, council members and mayor. My name is Wendy Bolduc, and I wanted to speak in support of the extension of the moratorium, as well as the acknowledgement that the current moratorium and the extension as proposed is to learn how these new legislations that are coming out of California state government are going to impact the cities and the other communities that are dealing with this warehouse issue, which, as Ray, is that your name? Roy, sorry. Roy mentioned is, it's a dying beast. So let's not jump on the bandwagon as it dies. So I want to speak in favor of the extending the moratorium, and also being sure that whatever applications came in before the current moratorium happened should also be part of the extension while we learn what we need to do to comply with new legislation and how to have our city ordinances and the adjustments we need to make in order to be sure that we're in compliance with all the new ordinances and legislation of the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Harriet Bruner. Pam Ying, are you present? Sharon Larson, are you present? Okay. 9 minutes, Ms. Bruner.
Hey, good evening. My name is Harriet Bruner. Unbelievably, we are here once again defending our property values, our health, and our common sense from self-serving developers and tenants who do not live in Hemet nor pay taxes here. How is yet another appeal for a hearing regarding Newland Simpson even possible? Is this the new plan of attack for anyone and everyone with an agenda? Keep pressuring, keep bullying until our city council is worn down and caves in? Are there other factors in play here? Personal favors, political war chest donations? Optics is everything to the general public, and currently the optics surrounding our city council's decisions, those of our city manager and city attorney, are abysmal at best. It is a sad situation that we've now had to reach out to the office of Assemblymember Dr. Corey Jackson, California State Assembly 60th District, to try and get unbiased eyes to review the third appeal being sought by the Newland Simpson developer. I received an email from his office yesterday asking for more details and developments as they occur on this issue. State Senator Elise Gomez Reyes, I want to read into the record an article from Cal Matters, the Inland Empire segment, written October 22nd of this year. State Senator Elise Gomez Reyes, a Democrat from San Bernardino, has been busy this legislative session. She authored 18 bills, with 9 of those signed in by Governor Newsom. The attorney and former House Majority Leader pushed through the bills despite undergoing cancer treatment. Senate Bill 415 ends the confusion over trucking route enforcement. Last year, Assembly Bill 98 required new warehouse construction to be linked to a major road. The intent was to prevent trucks from rumbling down neighborhood roads. The enforcement of the bill, however, was left up slightly in the air, Gomez Reyes found. Who would hold cities accountable if new logistics center plans do not have a major route? What policing agency should make sure trucks are actually following the truck routes? Now, the Department of Justice is directed to bring suit against cities that do not approve compliant plans, and local police trained by California Highway Patrol will be responsible for enforcing compliance with the truck routes. If a city or county fails to require proper access to new builds, they may be fined $50,000 every 6 months. Quote, "We are keeping the truck drivers on the thoroughfares, on the highways, on the expressways, and keeping them out of communities, keeping them out of the back streets, because they will be cited, they will be ticketed," end quote, Gomez Reyes said. A second bill, Senate Bill 352, establishes the Department of Justice's Bureau of Environmental Justice in perpetuity. Before the bill, future attorney generals could decide to close the Bureau. Bureau attorneys sued Fontana in 2021 over the plan to construct a warehouse next to a school. In 2022, the parties settled after agreeing that the trucks could not idle, that the warehouse would include a rest area for truck drivers, and that Fontana would no longer build warehouses by schools. Quote, "There was one lawsuit against Fontana. There was one against Stockton. Both were settled. It's part of the negotiations how they finally got settled, but they put a stop to the building of a warehouse with no one looking to see if it was being done," Gomez Reyes said. I believe there is or was talk of new homes being built west of Warren Road between Stetson and Simpson, and included in that project is an elementary school. Does Hemet really want to poke a bear belonging to the Department of Environmental Justice? I think not. Please do not grant another appeal to a project that clearly belongs elsewhere. Newland Simpson is a bad fit for Hemet. The negatives far outweigh the hopes for jobs for Hemet residents. It is, however, guaranteed that air quality, traffic, roads, noise, and quality of life will be negatively impacted. It would be prudent to extend the moratorium on logistics warehouses. This is new territory for Hemet. Let's see how our city is impacted by the Kirby project before we get in any deeper. Thank you.
Shay Eric. Kathy Gerher.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Manager, and City Attorney. Because California has enacted AB Assembly Bill 98 and which has been followed with Senate Bill 415 and Assembly Bill 735, I see no reason to continue to exclude the original applications for the 2024 warehouses to move forward. The Warren Simpson project was voted down by you several times during the past year, and updates that have been made by the developer have not changed the original objections to this project. This includes items mentioned in tonight's handouts, which are traffic congestion, environmental impacts, public health consideration, land use compatibility, and capital improvements outlay. We do not want to see the regional planning issues manipulated to allow for any of these projects to move forward. Thank you.
Next speaker is Dana Kilpatrick. Dana Kilpatrick?
There she is. Good evening, everybody, and thank you all for your time and the work that you do. Thank you mostly to the three of you that voted to oppose the Newland Simpson project. Every day that I come across the bridge from Dominagoni heading towards Warren Road, I look at that beautiful site in front of me, and I am so grateful that there's not a big, ugly warehouse there. And I'm even more grateful that I'm not waiting behind a great big truck in the left-hand turn lane trying to head in that direction. So thank you so much. Obviously, I am here to encourage you to extend the moratorium. I'm grateful that that is being proposed so that you can complete the research that you're doing. I appreciate the other comments that were made today, that warehouses are a dying breed. I think that that's something important to consider. But most of all, these places don't belong near residences. That's just the beginning and the end of this story. So I want to, again, encourage you to extend the moratorium. Also encourage you, please do not grant these guys a third hearing. I feel like I'm in the movie Groundhog Day, except that as that guy went along improving and learning his lesson, we're going in the other direction. We went from 5 on planning council opposing it, 5 to you opposing it, the next time around 3 opposing it. I don't even want to think what the next time around is going to be. So please, we're not just a bunch of old people down there in the corner who don't want trucks in our neighborhood. We've got new family communities to the south of us, new family communities to the north of us. As Harriet mentioned, possibly schools and new communities on the other side. None of us want trucks and warehouses in our backyard. Thank you very much.
Next speaker is Joe Wood. Is Victoria Wood present? 6 minutes, Mr. Wood.
Thank you. My name is Joe Wood. I've been a resident of Hemet for 6 years now, and I've spoke to the council before with regard to the warehouses, specifically the Newland Simpson. But before that, I'd like to honestly thank all of you for the commitment that you've made to volunteer your time to help run this city in the proper direction. I know it's a tough job, and I appreciate the work that you do. I do urge you to approve the extension of the warehouse moratorium for another 12 months as recommended by your staff. By this vote to extend bears the question of where is the comprehensive plan for warehouses in the city of Hemet that was supposed to be completed months ago? Are you waiting for the Senate bills to be enacted on January 1st before the research is done and the comprehensive warehouse plan is presented to the community? And also, you know, the council even entertaining a third public hearing for the Newland Simpson project is completely irresponsible, in my opinion. On January 14th, the city attorney was asked the question, what happens if we reject this project? The answer was, Mr. City Attorney, that the project is dead and that a new application would have to be applied for, and I believe that's in the record. Because of that, I don't know why we're even talking about a third presentation from this particular developer. I'm concerned that the dates of the extension of the moratorium, whether it goes through December 2026 or whether it's going to extend only until October of 2026. But I'm very, very hopeful that in that interim, that the city council and staff is able to present the community with that comprehensive warehouse plan that protects the city and not damage it. I thank you for your time, and I appreciate the work that you do. Thank you.
Mayor, that concludes our public speakers.
I will now close the public hearing. I will now bring the discussion back for city council deliberations. Council, do you have any comments or questions?
Yes, I do. I would like to move approval of this item.
Second.
Motion
I second.
I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem and a second by Councilmember Connie Clark. We're going to do a roll call. Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
Councilmember Lodge.
Yes.
Councilmember Mills.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Krupa.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That motion passes 5-0. And that I need to read for the record for the ordinance, an extension establishing a final 12-month moratorium on the submittal of new entitlement applications for new construction of warehouse and distribution facilities or the expansion of existing warehouse and distribution facilities within the city of Hemet. That motion passes 5-0.
Well done, City Council.
We will now move to receive and file. Are there any questions or comments from the council on the warrant registers and periodic payroll payment?